Hi there, welcome to Eve News, Weather and Sports. I'm Mike Azariah. Today is December the 1st, 2025, and let's get started. It's been Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, so Even Eve Online has some, although I did hear that the store did have a little bit of downtime. One of the things that's a whole bunch of this seems to tie together, so bear with me if I kind of hop from subject to subject. One of the things that is for sale that they reminded us of is FanFest coming in May of next year. The early bird tickets are for sale and going fast. So if you're planning on going to FanFest, and if you could and if you can, I strongly recommend it. Been to a few myself. It is great meeting players, like people who have the same hobby you do. Because when you're playing a game that's online, you don't meet many people. You're talking to them, but behind the keyboard, nobody knows you're a dog, which is a very old reference. But if you get a chance to go to a live meetup, and FanFest is the biggest live meetup of the year, there's always a big hullabaloo, there's big announcements, that sort of thing. But you get a chance to meet the people you've flown with, the people you've flown against, and go out for a beer or for some food, that sort of thing. Not to mention that I really love Iceland as a country, a great place to go. I like Canada too because I live here, but that's that. Coming back to what I was saying before about sales, when they put things like Plex on sale or in packages, that causes a glut of it on the market and the prices start to drop. And if you go to the market in game and go look up Plex and then drag the history back so you can see it all the way back to August, you'll see that the Plex prices have been doing a really steady decline. If you're buying Plex to make money in game, that's not great news. On the other hand, if you're trying to Plex your account, that is, because now it costs you about what, 15% less than it used to. If you're buying Plex with ISK, you can buy uh, Plex. I looked at just a little while ago, and it's just coming south of 5 million a Plex. So you go 500 of those, or wait until there's a sale on, because every now and then CCP does say, hey, this month you can get a month for 350 Plex, for example. So you go 350 times 5 million, and you'll know how much you would need then to actually Plex your account. Speaking of money and Plex and that sort of thing, I do want to extend today is December 1st, which means fundraising month for the bus is over. I can stop asking for money. I love finishing. And I got to I had a mental target of how much I would like to raise, and I hit that target nicely thanks to a lot of donors. And I am sending thank you cards, but it takes a long time to cycle through you know, dozens and dozens of thank you notes to each player. And so if you donated in the latter half of the month, I probably haven't even sent you a card yet, but I will. I will send you a note in game. Uh, Not just players, but some corporations sent ISK as well. People like Hillscott Company Limited donated very nicely a few billion just to help keep the bus on the road. And they're an investment crew and they're very proud of how much they do in buying and reselling things. And they seem to make enough ISK that they can afford to support something like the bus. I'd like to thank them and other corps that sent ISK my way. If you're looking to invest, they might be people who can point you in the right direction, or you can buy. Remember, I said Plex is going down. Now, Plex has always been considered a good investment because usually it seems to go up. So as soon as CCP stops having sales on Plex, the glut gets eaten up. Theoretically, those prices are going to go back up. But it's an expensive thing to invest in. But if it goes back up a million, that's a 16% profit. Most people are really happy with the 16 over a year. If it's 16 over a month, that's even better. But that's whether or not you pay attention to that sort of thing. Because I did well and hit my goals um, in the fundraising, I do want to say that there's going to be definitely going to be a few Christmas events, especially the 12 days of Christmas from December 25th to January 6th of 2026. You should keep your eye open for the bus if you want to know things that the bus is doing, the best place to check is in Rookie Help Chat. I always announce stops or events when I can, and basically I don't get into detail there. I just say bus is here or a bus event is happening at this system. Bus events are different than the normal buses in that I'm not hitting career systems. Quite often I go to what I call bus base and say, you got half an hour to come to me. And I try to locate the bus bases so that they're close enough to various places that most people can get to them. One of the events I'm thinking is some madman, Marshall, actually donated 100 pioneers to the bus. And so now I have to give away 100 pioneers. So I might have a pioneer day sometime in December. But to make it interesting, what I'm going to do is say, it's one of the few times I'm going to ask for an exchange. You fly a venture into the system, give it to me, and I'll hand you a pioneer. I will tell you when that happens in Rookie Help Chat. But that'll be an interesting thing to kind of give miners a little boost. Might even pick up and toss them the Mining Destroyer book as well. On to the weather and traffic. Uh, Pandemic Horde is still bleeding. It's hard to believe that they were about 49,000 players in the Pandemic Alliance a month ago. Now they're at 17,000. So, and this week alone, they dropped 3,100, about 20% of their members gone. Uh, on Reddit, somebody put together a really nice graphic of where they're going. I will put a link to that down below. But it's kind of interesting to see how fast an alliance can fold up shop. It's like watching those old scam artists with the 3 card Monte, all of a sudden, and their table folds up into a briefcase, and off they are, gone in nothing flat. Pandemic Horde feels the same way. They are folding up their tents and getting the hell out of town before you realize the circus robbed you. Violence. In NullSec, it was KTAC L690 with 250 ships, 190 pods. LowSec was Avadi with 235 over 158. In HighSec, it was Cheetah once again at 579 over 276. And NPC kills was our good old friend Yankee Tac Zulu X-Ray India Oscar with 44,921 NPCs popped. That seems to be the really regular place, and I hope they're making their money very nicely. It is December. I looked at the calendar. It looks like I will manage to do all the Mondays in December. The last one, I will be announcing that has been a full year of every week managing to get one episode out. I am not fundraising. I'm not asking for you to do anything other than have yourselves a really good week. And let's see, moonshine, cherry moonshine. I will see you in approximately a week's time. Depends on how life goes. Sometimes I'm plus or minus one day. Live with it. But have yourselves a good one. Stay healthy, and I will talk to you in about a week. Later, Gator.